Hey guys, what's going on? My name is Zenaton, and welcome to today's video for Legends of Runeterra. Today, we're going to be looking at a deck that is an archetype I don't really play that much. I play occasionally, but it's not really what I like to play the most. We're going to be looking at an aggro deck. More specifically, a Darius Renekton Overwhelm aggro deck. Now, you might say, why Darius of all things? Why are we not pairing up Renekton with, say, Sejuani? You know, the more classic take on aggro Overwhelm. In all honesty, mostly because Darius got a buff, and I wanted to see if the Darius buff actually means much. And besides Darius, I also like Noxus a lot with Overwhelm, because there's a lot of nice cards in Noxus that I like for an Overwhelm deck. So let's go look at the deck. Okay, welcome to the deck. Now, quick note, this is a work in progress. So a lot of these cards definitely may not be in the deck in the future as I refine it more and more. Specifically, some of these cards that are in here as a one of. But there are reasons why certain cards are in here as only a one of or a two of, and some are in here as a three of. But again, like I was saying earlier, another reason why I like Noxus over Freljord. Fallen Reckoner. I really, really like Fallen Reckoner. Sure, it's slow, but it does give you that little bit of extra late game with the Risen Reckoner here. And Shurima being able to give vulnerable to units does let you push in a little extra damage with your overwhelm units. Now, granted, we're trading off things like Ancient Yetis, Sejuani's, I guess Three Sisters and Troll Chance as well by not playing Freljord. But in exchange, we get such great things like Whirling Death, which I'm not even sure if I want. Same with Transfusion. Noxian Fervor is also really, really nice. And some just really, really powerful, aggressive early units from Noxus, as can be seen here. Also, we're trying out Apprehend because we're a Darius deck. I want to see just if Apprehend is good enough for Darius, and if you are playing Darius, if you should play 1 to 2 Apprehends. A few cards that are not in the deck that can be considered. Decimate, of course, is definitely a consideration. Decisive Maneuver is also another card that can be considered. Might as well is something to consider, but most of our units that are big that we would might already have Overwhelm, but might is still something to be considered. As for this one of Whispered Words, I do like it as a one of because it's just some extra late game card draw, and it's not that hard for us to activate Reputation because of Risen Reckoner, more specifically Renekton getting buffed. Ruthless Predator helps us activate Reputation as well, but it's not gonna be 2 mana too often. Most of the time it's gonna be 4 mana draw too, which is fine for a more late game card just to draw like an extra card or two. In other words, like a Noxian Fervor in the late game or a Darius or something. You could try Preservarium over Whispered Words, but I like the faster 2 cards right now for an extra 2 mana than the 2 cards later on, but cheaper mana cost of Preservarium. But yeah, so pretty standard deck. You're going to just play very aggressively, try to curve out in the early game, get a lot of damage in, and then as we get to the late game, we try to get in that last little bit of damage with burn in the form of Noxian Fervor or our big Overwhelm units, and Darius, of course, as well. But yeah, as for the individual cards in the deck, Legion Saboteur and Precious Pet, both pretty good cards. No, I forgot the name of him. What's his name? This is gonna bother me. Legion Rearguard. No Legion Rearguard. And no Treasure Seeker, I think is the name of the card. The other one drop that's played a lot. Yeah, these 2 cards, we're not really needing that many one drops. We just really need to find one drop early. While we're an aggro deck, we don't need to curve really, really well. We're not trying to curve really well and be very efficient with our mana early, so we don't need 1-drops to fill the gaps in our curves. So if you want more 1-drops, though, I would probably play Treasure Seeker, though. I don't think Legion Rearguard would be good for this type of deck. Kind of hard to figure out what to cut, though. Next few cards, though, Rock Hoppers and Demolitionist. Demolitionist is kind of difficult to play on curve, though, because our 1-drops do die to the Demolitionist pings. Like I was saying earlier, though, you could play Legion Rearguard, and Rearguard does survive Demolitionist, but again, we're not really a burn deck. Demolitionist is not really a thing we're going to drop on too often. So that reason, on turn 2, we're either just going to play Rock Hoppers or more 1-drops, or just bank our mana for Ruthless Predator turns. But yeah, 3 Rock Hoppers, Roiling Sands is very annoying for our opponents. Lets us buff up our Renekton really well, so just great 2-drop. Kind of sad that it can die to a ping, but it's fine. Ruinous Path, just more burn, helps cycle through the deck as well to find our big overwhelm units and our finishers in general, so, you know, more burn as well. 3 Ruthless Predators. You could probably cut this, like, down to 2 or even 1. I just like it because it gives vulnerable, and it's kind of like an extra 2 points of burn because of our overwhelm units, so I like it as a 3 of at the moment, but you could probably cut it for down to 2 or even 1. 1 Transfusion. I like this card. I really think this card is underplayed. I'm trying it out as a 1 of here just to see how much I like it in this type of deck. Might get cut completely, might get more copies added, not sure at the moment. Only 2 Merciless Hunters. I just dropped something. Oh well. Only 2 Merciless Hunters, though. The reason for this is, while the card's great and all, and it does help bridge our early to mid game, 4-2 for, in other words, 2 health for 3 mana is not that good. 4-2 Fearsome, though, is fine, but just 2 health on a 3-drop feels really bad as an aggressive deck. And while it does have Fearsome, so it can attack in fairly well, a lot of 2 and 3 mana cards will be able to block Merciless Hunter anyway. But we still play 2. It's still a very powerful card. Noxian Fervor. You know this card already. Try to use it in response to things like drains or just removal in general to stop the life gain from your opponent, or just to get some value by baiting out removal and then using this in response, or use it when you block a life stealer and then use it to prevent them to kill your unit who's blocking the life stealer. Like I said, you know how Noxian Fervor works. Now it's an old card. 3 Unraveled Earths. Basically another way to cycle through the deck. Helps put more vulnerable on enemy units for our overwhelm units. Great card. Could be cut, though, down to 2 or 1 or even 0, but I'm just trying it out in this deck. I really like it. 1 of Whirling Death. This is like Transfusion. Another card we're playing. Very cute, though, with overwhelm units. Pretty cute as well with Renekton to get a very fast Renekton level up. And you can use it to kill a unit that's in front of a overwhelm unit to push in a little more damage. So I like it as a 1 of just to try. Might go up to 2 of, in fact, in the future, but I like it as a 1 of just to try. 3 Renektons. This guy's just great with vulnerable. We're in Shurima as well, so I mean, yeah, he's got overwhelmed. There's not really anyone else to play in these regions besides Renekton. You could play Draven, but then if I was playing like Draven Darius, I'd rather play a different region than Shurima, because we're playing Shurima for Renekton mostly, and the other cards, of course. 1 Whispered Words, like I said earlier, mostly just here to get that last little bit of, last little push to finish off our opponents, finding our Renektons, finding our Dariuses, our Reckoners, maybe finding a second Darius if we already have a Darius on the field to get a Decimate. Next up, 3 Fallen Reckoners. I really like this card. Sure, it is annoying that it can't target what it's debuffing. It always will debuff the weakest enemy, but sometimes that's good enough. And plus, when it does die, which your opponent will kill it, it's a 4/3 for 5, and that's kind of small, and it does have Overwhelm, so your opponent will definitely block it in combat to try and kill it too, because it does a lot of damage. You then just summon the Risen Reckoner who does the debuff again, and while it has Ephemeral, it's basically one of your last pushes to try and kill your opponent and get that last little bit of damage in. And then Darius, you know what this guy does. He's just a big guy. He has a bunch of stats, and he has Overwhelm. Very aggressive champ spell as well, so he's just here to really end the game. So that's the deck. Nothing too special here. Nothing crazy here. Just your standard Overwhelm style deck, playing units, trying to get a pretty good curve. And then just overwhelming your opponent with your big overwhelm units and using a little bit of burn to get a little extra damage in. Could also use this Noxian Fervor as well for removal, but most of the time this will go face anyway. So that's pretty much the deck and why certain cards are in this deck. So let's go and check out some games. Okay, well, this is going to be a test. I'm against probably what is the best deck in the format here. We're against Ahri Kennen. As for mulligans, pretty simple mulligan guide for this deck. Just look for your early game to curve out well. You could consider keeping Renekton early if you have a good start. But yeah, just like a board like this is pretty good. Start with like Legion Saboteur on 1 and just attack in. Actually, I'm going to start with a Precious Pet on 1 here and attack in. They don't have Fearsome blockers here, so this is just going to be 2 guaranteed damage. Just going to do like this. And then next turn, we will probably Precious Pet Saboteur. And then maybe open attack, maybe play Merciless Hunter, depending on what my opponent does. So yeah, this is going to be a very interesting game. Darius and Renekton are kind of bad in this matchup, in all honesty, because that's fine. In all honesty, though, because of Homecoming. So a little annoying. We're just going to go for a nice burn win here. Seems like they have nothing here, though. That's pretty good for me. Any Ahris or something? Another droplet? That is fine. We're just going to attack in with everything and open attack. Maybe even just bank this 3 mana. I'm actually going to just Unraveled Earth here to cycle and just open attack with everything. Just do this to make their upcoming units a little bit bad. Wouldn't be surprised if they just traded a droplet for a Saboteur. That's fine. I get in another 5 damage. Very fast games, though. Win or lose, these games are going to be very fast. So I might I might fit in 3 games in this video. That's fine as well, whatever. But yeah, looking like we're just going as aggressive as we can. Kinku turn, I think, is coming up here. Kinku Wayfinder, it's going to be a problem. Nope, no Kinku Wayfinder. That's really good for me. We'll just Saboteur here again. Everything's looking great. I will do this. So, not even going to block. Yeah, there's no reason to block here at all. We're just basically racing. We have a lot of burn, too, in our hand, so we're pretty much just ignoring our opponent and just racing as much as we can and hoping our burn will kill them. I might try to trade my Merciless Hunter for an Ahri. Might not, though, depending on what I can do here. But yeah, I think I might try to trade Merciless Hunter for Ahri. Mostly to activate Ruinous Path. So let's see what I draw. Another Ruinous Path. Yeah, we're going to try and trade here. Just a good trade here. This might be a improper or incorrect play, but I have Noxian Fervor in case they do anything. But yeah, I just want to activate my Ruinous Paths now. I want to summon a Darius next turn. Also, this Drain will be really, really good. That's fine. I am very fine with this. Yeah, I think I'm fine with this. I still kill something, so I still activate Ruinous Path, and I'll just play a Ruinous Path and see what I draw. And then if I don't draw anything well, I'll just play another one. It's fine. I can always block Ahri and then Noxian Fervor. Whatever is blocking Ahri. So, looks like we're doing okay. And this is why I'm a little hesitant to play all 3 Ruthless Predators, too. You could use it as a burst speed +2 as well, so that's interesting. Nopify, whatever. So yeah, if I can squeeze in another 3 damage, we're good. And a Renekton. That's really, really good.
The forest surrounds us.
So yeah, we're going to... If they just attack like this, we'll just take it all. Actually, I'm going to do it like this. I think I'm going to take this and let them replay Kennen and just summon Renekton. They even have something that's already vulnerable too. So yeah, I'll just respond with Noxian Fervor here. I wanted them to, in other words, I could have done a block on Ahri first, but I was a little worried they'd have something, but I don't know. And GG, looks like they couldn't keep up with our aggro. That deck does struggle a little bit against aggro anyway.
Crack their bones, then we feast.
All right. Well, we went from Ahri, Kennen to Anivia. This one, I think I might lose. I'm actually going to consider keeping Renekton here. Rockhopper is not the greatest start. I'd really like to draw a 1-drop here. I have 6 1-drops. Not a great start. This might have been a misplay to keep Renekton, but I really, really have to go very aggressive here. I'm just going to start with Rockhopper now. That helps smooth out my curve now. Hope they don't draw up anything nice. No Vile Feast even? That's really good. So yeah, I'm just going to drop Precious Pet into Renekton here, probably. That helps a lot too. This deck doesn't play too many units. That's okay, I can deal with that. If they attack in, I will trade my Rockhopper for that. I doubt they would, though. I'd be very surprised if they attacked in here. So yeah, if they don't attack in, I'll just play Renekton, and I might trade Renekton here for this. So yeah, we'll just put in Renekton here. Kind of afraid of... a little afraid of Vengeance, in all honesty. I think I will play into Vengeance. You know what? I'm going to play around Vengeance. I'm going to do this play. This feels a little bit like they're setting up Vengeance or Withering Wail, but I can't play around them both. So I'm going to play around Vengeance this way. In other words, I want to make sure this 3/3 is dead. Yep, it's a Withering Wail. That's fine. I will just play this now in response. All right. I'm really glad they had to wail now, though. The fact that they had to wail now while they're at full health is really, really good. So they've just wasted health gain, basically. All right, so we can play Fallen Reckoner here. This is pretty good. That's fine, in all honesty. Yeah, we're dead. We're not looking too good here. Actually, I can do this. Yeah, I can do this to prevent the life gain. And then I can summon Precious Pet. Okay, yeah, we've got plays here. Definitely. I will just summon the Precious Pet now, in all honesty. So yeah, Precious Pet. We got the Reckoner coming up. We'll summon the Reckoner. This means the Tavern Keeper won't be able to block. Seems pretty good. Or I could just summon another Renekton. I kind of like that play, in all honesty. So let me really consider this. Okay, so that's 7 mana. Yeah, I'm going to summon this, I think, to try and trade here. Actually, I don't want to try to trade here. This thing can't block, so I'll never need to block this or kill this. That's fine. I will trade my Reckoner for that. Yeah, I just want to trade my Reckoner for this. This gives me my other Reckoner now, my Risen Reckoner now, so I can set up Renekton this upcoming turn during their turn. I will do this now. Just start cycling these, looking for Darius, and getting them below 10. Trying to get them below 10 will be really nice. Saboteur's not bad. So yeah, we're in a good spot, I think. We've got Saboteur to try and bait out a Avalanche. Annoying, but whatever. So yeah, I'll just play Renekton here. Try and get them to attack in with Anivia right now. I'd be very surprised if they didn't. They get a kill on a Precious Pet. Yep. So we'll just chump here. There's no need not to. This thing is dying anyway. So yeah, I'm a little worried about Ruination, but I will just play this Saboteur. Actually, I'm not going to play the Saboteur now. Yeah, I'm going to hold off on the Saboteur for a bit. I'll play it to start my turn. I want to try and bluff Noxian Fervor. Well, I don't have to bluff it anymore. So we'll start with the Reckoner to try and bait out Ruination. So neither of these can block now. This is actually really annoying for them because Anivia wants to die for their... This is actually pretty good. I can just attack in with everything here. I think I'll do that. Yeah, just attack in with everything. Attack like this. There's no need to pull on any of these. They can't block. So yeah, we'll just attack in. We have Ruthless Predators for more reach. Fervors as well. That's really annoying in all honesty. Yep, looks like I might just be dead here in all honesty. I could Fervor my Reckoner now. Don't want to do that. I know my opponent's playing, I think it's called Piercing Darkness. So I do want to play around that. Oh, that's awful. 3 Tavern Keepers. Yeah, it's looking like we're not going to win. I'll do this now. I mostly just want to cycle here. So like this activates my Ruinous Path. It should at least because it's the Slay. Yep. So yeah, I feel like we're going to get maybe one more turn next. And we drew another Ruthless Predator. Oh, that's a yikes. That is a very big yikes. And a Precious Pet. Yeah, we're dead. I mean, we were kind of expecting to lose this game. It's Anivia. It's Shadow Isles Freljord. I don't know why my opponent's playing Splinter's Soul. But yeah, this game is over, I'd say. I'll play it out. I do have an interesting upcoming turn. I kind of want to let my Renekton trade, if that makes sense. Like this? So I can summon another Renekton. This way they'll have no other blockers. Make sure I won't have another Ruthless Predator, but I'd rather have a full health Renekton coming up. So yeah, we'll have this. I mean, that's going to be annoying. They will have one blocker here, but we can Ruthless Predator it. And now that they have this on the field, it makes an Avalanche awkward. Oh yeah, we're so dead. I think if I can draw a Darius here, I have a chance, but I feel like they might have another Flash Freeze, so we're not in a good spot.
The Freljord's eternal guardian. A new era begins.
That's definitely a card. So I should pull in Rekindler, I guess, because he has the least health. Well, technically this does. And we will send this in. There's no point in attacking in with my Precious Pet. So they'll go to 1 with this. And they have a freeze. Alright, GG. They drew 2 Harsh Winds. Can't really do much when your opponent just draws like this. And our opponent's playing, again, like I said, Shadow Isles Freljord. Pretty much a hard counter deck. We can't do anything about that, so we're just going to concede here. Getting them down to 8 is nice, but yeah, even if we draw Darius, we're just dead to the next attack from their Anivia, so GG.
One day they will suffer.
Oh, this is definitely a interesting deck. I haven't seen this deck since the balance patch too much. I've seen it a little bit, but not too much. TF Nami here. I'm gonna keep Merciless Hunter here because I have a Renekton. This hand's not the greatest. Actually, I'm gonna mulligan everything against TF Nami. I want to go 1-drop into 2 1-drops. Yeah, now that I think about it, I like that much better. And our hand sucks. Okay. Okay, our hand's fine. Our hand's fine. That helps a lot. But yeah, this matchup, if you don't know what this is, it's a TF Nami is basically a Nami elusive deck with Shell Folks. Very annoying deck, but it got nerfed a lot. So I'm surprised someone's still playing it. I know a lot of people still think it's a real deck. But yeah. So yeah, 3rd game, by the way. That is probably gonna, this might not actually make it onto the video, but potentially 3rd game. As you can see, though, sometimes this deck kind of just folds to itself. We're not looking too good here. We're going to probably have to Whispered Words here so we don't lose too much mana. Either my opponent's hand is garbage or they don't know how to play their deck. I'm going to play this now. I want to find a Renekton on 4. Okay, this is not bad. I don't know. My opponent has no mastery in TF and only level 1 Nami or level 2 Nami. They might not know how to play their deck. Yeah, they don't know how to play their deck, it seems. I feel like my opponent probably just copied a deck online and is playing it now because that is just bad. This deck, if you don't know how to play this deck, that you want to level up Nami really quickly by using passing on turn 1 and passing on turn 2. That's weird, but not too crazy. I'm just going to do this now. I'm really trying to find Renekton. It's not bad. But yeah, you really just pass on 1, pass on 2, and on turn 3, you use some spells to try to just bank more spell mana. But yeah, sadly, it looks like I might just lose because I can't seem to draw well. Like, my hand is not that good. This Darius, though, might just win me the game. If my opponent's not playing Mini-Morph, which I think they should be, and instead is playing Monster Harpoon still, I might have a chance. Okay, my opponent's all... Oh, no, that's from Coral Creatures. Still, though, playing Shell Shocker, playing Coral Creatures, these are not normal cards. Maybe my opponent is trying to build their own version of TF Nami. But yeah, these cards are weird, and the way they're playing is, in all honesty, kind of bad. That's nice, actually. So that'll make it so the 2-1 can't block, and the funny thing is the 2-1 will get the buff next. I know I'm playing into TF here, by the way. You don't have to tell me. Red card will just obliterate me, but I'm not afraid of red card. I am afraid of red card, but I'm basically trying to say... Okay, that also I'm afraid of, but... I basically took a risk here, and that was they won't have a TF. We'll attack like this, pull this in. Hope they don't have 2 spells here. That's 1 spell, okay. That only blocks the thing that can't block. And they don't have a second spell. That's great for me. And our Darius is now active. So now we'll probably just... chump? I don't even have to chump, in all honesty. I might chump, though, to activate. I don't know. I really don't see how I'm losing here. So, yeah, we've got a great hand. I might play around Mini-Morph a bit here by not just open attacking with this Darius, but we will summon him now. This deck doesn't really have healing. Bandle City doesn't have healing. Bilgewater has a little healing. Like, Nami's Champ spell does heal. Citrus Courier heals.
And you've got the cutest hat I've
This is
ever seen.
fine still. Yeah, my opponent seems to be panicking because I'm playing an aggro deck, in all honesty. That's annoying. Oh, that's really annoying. So yeah, Nami will level now. I think I'll block. I'm going to 5 here. I'll block this. I don't want to block with my 2-1s, in all honesty. But yeah, I'm blocking here because I'm a little scared. Alright, they did have a mini... Wait, what was that? I saw that thing. I saw that 3-mana 4/3 that has, that has a tune. Opponent, did you just type in a tune into the search bar and type in autocomplete? Alright, so I'm just gonna open attack here. I could try to summon Reckoner, but I'd rather just open attack here. With all this burn in my hand, I think it's going to be very tough for me to lose. That's fine. Honestly, as long as I get in a Slay, I win. I've got 7 burn right here. They can't even block everything, so I'm getting at least 2 damage in. They might even be greedy and not block with Nami. I'm just going to do this right now. They've got 1 mana. There's no way they can stop this. Yeah, I win. There's nothing for 1 mana in those regions that can deal 1 here, so this is just a win. I'd be very impressed if I lose this somehow. I could lose this. Like, I'm trying to think, like, how can I lose this? I honestly can't think of anything, but there might be something I can't think of that could stop this. Could have played safe and tried to kill my mini Minity instead to play around pings, but there's no 1 mana ping here in these regions. At fast speed, there's Parlay at 1 mana, but that's slow. Maybe my opponent's salty and they're roping me here. But yeah, with this and 2 Ruinous Paths, that is lethal. Yep, GG. And then an extra 2 damage from the Precious Pet. Good game. Turn 7 victory. We could even Demolitionist if we want for a little extra mana. So yeah, GG. Good game, opponent. I said good game. Thank you. Oh yeah, Transfusion. Never got to play that in any of these games. Okay, so welcome back to the deck. We got 3 games. That's actually more than I normally do for these videos. Usually I only do 2 for the sake of time. But this was an aggressive deck, so the games were a little bit shorter than usual, so I decided to try to do 3 games for the video. But yeah, I feel like those 3 games were good examples of the deck. We went against Ahri, Kennen, Anivia, and a weird version of TF Nami. But yeah, we won against Ahri, Kennen, we won against TF Nami, and we lost against Anivia, which is to be expected. Anivia is just very good at dealing with aggressive decks with its freezes and its heals, and it kind of just loses to everything else. So yeah, that's the deck basically. We never really got to see some cards like Apprehend, but we did get to see like what Renekton's trying to do, what Darius is doing, what Fallen Reckoner and Risen Reckoner try to do. So yeah, I think the deck is good. I'm not sure if this specific deck is good, but I do think there might be home in the meta for a Darius deck. I could see, like, I've got an idea for a Targon Darius deck too that also uses some stuns that I might try out, like another Fallen Reckoner Darius deck that would use Leona. If I can get together a deck like that, I might do another video on that one as well. But yeah, that's going to be it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. I'd love to hear your opinions on the deck, and if you think some of these cards I have in the deck should be removed, or some of these cards I have in the deck should be running more copies, like Transfusion or Whirling Death, or some cards I don't have in the deck should be added in the deck, like maybe you think I should run Preservarium over Whispered Words. I'd love to hear it. Anyway, though, like I said, that's going to be it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, I'd love it if you could leave a like or a comment down below. It always helps me out. And if you guys want to keep up with the Legends of Runeterra content, you can always go and subscribe to the channel. Also, if you want to watch me play some Legends of Runeterra, you can go and check me out over on Twitch at twitch.tv/Zenaton, where I stream pretty much every single day. Anyway, though, with that all said and done, thank you all once more for watching this video. And until I see you guys in the next one, bye!